Welcome to the Restful Body meditation. I encourage you to do this at least once a day for a while, maybe in the morning or in the evening. And the importance of this video and this meditation is really to get us out of our heads and more into our bodies so that we can heal from the addiction. Close your eyes and begin to breathe, but breathe in through your nose instead of your mouth. Just notice the long breath. Take a real long inhale and even a longer exhale. And as you exhale, just relax your body. And let your stomach fill up with air. Kind of breathe from down lower, not so much the lungs, but the diaphragm and the stomach. This just helps to relax you, and it helps you to bring attention into the stomach area. Do a few long breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the body. Now, as you begin to relax a little bit, just notice how quiet life is. In the most basic level, even below the sounds that you hear, there's kind of a still quietness. Just rest as that quietness. Noticing how stable and peaceful it is. It's like taking a brief moment to notice. And as you're noticing that still quietness, just get a sense of the space of your inner body, even all the way down to your toes. The feeling of the sensation or the space within your feet and your ankles, your legs, your pelvic area, your stomach, just feeling into that, still breathing, your chest, shoulders, all the way down to your fingertips, your hands, your neck, even the inside of your head. Just noticing the quiet, still space. You're also noticing some sensations, maybe that are either comfortable or uncomfortable. Doesn't matter, just notice whatever's there. And get a sense of, even if you can't see it completely, how the inside of our bodies is sort of made really of space in the same way as outside of our bodies. Start to notice the outside space around the body and how quiet and open it is. Just noticing how the space on the outside is a lot like the space and is one space really, same as the inside space. So we're just going to explore mainly the energies in the body, the sensations and the emotions, but also some of the deeper, denser energy like the feeling of tightness in certain areas. Those are contractions, and they're often responsible for addiction. I've worked with many people who feel a real tightness in their stomach or throat or chest, and they have a corresponding addiction, a way of reaching out to try to make that feel better. We don't want to do that anymore. Instead, we want to feel into and explore these areas. So I want you to bring your attention, first of all, just to some sensation, wherever it is in your body that feels tight or dense, whether it's your throat, your chest, your stomach, pelvic area. And just sort of feel into it. Pick a part of the body that feels a little bit more dense than the other parts. Or pick a part of the body that seems to be associated with a particular addiction. The first thing I want you to do is just bring your attention right into the middle of the sensation. Just rest your attention in there. And let the sensation be felt from the inside out. Now, thoughts may come and go. Words and pictures, just kind of notice them, be aware of them, and let them fall and come back to the sensation. Resting in presence, feeling into the sensation. For most people, when they start to feel into these dense areas, it's not so easy actually. It might feel just too hard there, or too contracted, or too painful or something. So let me show you a little technique called knocking that we do with people at the Killaby Center. If you open your eyes, let's say you're feeling into your throat area and it feels a little dense, like as if you can't feel into it. Just want you to tap on that area. Not too light and not too heavy, but enough to where you really feel it. And as you're doing that, just notice the sensation of the knocking, the tapping, right on your throat, wherever you feel that density. All you're doing is sort of helping to bring attention into that area and maybe even loosening up some of the energy in there. Knock or tap for a while and then just take a brief moment of rest. Bring your attention back into that area. It may feel a little bit looser now. Feel all the way into it and relax. Do nothing. For some of you, you're just experiencing sensation now. There aren't really any shapes or colors, it's just sensation. For those of you who experience that, just sit with the sensation and continue tapping every now and then. And after each time you tap, just feel into that sensation and rest with it. For those of you who see shapes or colors with that sensation, just notice the shapes or colors, look right at them, let them be in the space, as if you have no expectation about what's going to happen with that shape or color, just watching it very gently and then watching it fade away. As it fades away, just bring your attention back into that sensation. Maybe there's another shape that comes up. It's very common for that to happen. For those of you who see shapes or another color, just notice the shape or color. Let it be seen. Rest with it. Watch each shape or color till it disappears. Sometimes for those who see shapes or colors, you can tap on that area, whether it's the stomach or the chest. Here's how you would tap on the chest, like a gorilla taps. Just sort of wakes up that consciousness there. If it's the stomach, use the tips of your fingers, but tap in a medium pressure, not too light. Don't just tap lightly. Tap into that area that feels dense. And even as you're tapping, for those who see shapes, just watch the shapes as you're tapping. You can still see them. And notice how they just sort of arise and then fall. Each one after the other. Then when you're done tapping on whatever that area is, just bring your attention back into that sensation and always be aware of the space around the sensation. Notice how the sensation floats in the space. Let it float there. Your main job is to do nothing. It's just to feel a sensation, and if it has a shape on it or a color, to see that shape, to look at it directly, and rest. Bring your attention back to that sensation that you've been working with. Let's just work with one sensation. Again, maybe it's in the stomach, in the chest. See if there are any words that go with it that seem to keep it around. Here's a good way to find out if there are any words. What does that sensation mean about you? Whatever the words are, just hear them and then let them relax into the space and come back down to the sensation without the words and feel that. Just feel it in the quietness. Even tap if you need to in a medium intensity. Tap on that area just to feel that. Notice the sensation of tapping on the outside of the body, what it feels like, and also be aware of the sensation inside, under the fingertips. Just feel what it's like to feel that sensation without those words, without that meaning on it. And now, as you stop tapping or knocking, rest and feel into that area again. Bring your attention fully into that and let it be. Just explore. Are there any shapes there? If there's a shape there, just see it. I want you to start noticing, for those of you who are experiencing some words or pictures with these sensations, I want you to notice how you experience each thing differently. For example, words you can only hear. You hear them coming through. And that's the only way you experience them. You don't feel words like you feel sensations. So words you can only hear. Just relax and notice that's all you can do and just hear them. Pictures and shapes you can only see because they're visual. No matter what the picture or shape, you can't really feel it and you can't hear it like you hear words. You just see the picture or the shape, and that's all you have to do. And then notice a sensation is something that you feel. You feel into that. You don't hear a sensation. And you don't see a sensation like you see a picture. Just noticing that, noticing how you experience those things can be really helpful as you explore your body. Let's just explore it that way. Bring your attention back into the sensation that you're working with. The key is we're not trying to change the sensation. That would really only strengthen it in a way. We're actually going to relax and bring your attention into the sensation and let it be as it is. Just explore. What are you seeing that comes with it? If there are words, notice that you can just hear them and let them pass, and then experience the sensation without the words, letting it float in the space. Maybe you see a shape or a picture with a sensation. Notice that the picture or the shape is experienced differently. It's something that you see. You can't feel the picture. So just see the picture or shape. And even tap while you're looking at the picture or shape. It's tapping or knocking while you're looking at a shape or picture sort of shows you the difference between the sensation and the visual of the picture. You're looking at the picture and notice that it's also the pictures or shapes often tend to disappear as you start knocking. Not always. But in any event, if you just look at a picture directly or a shape, it begins to fade. Even if you have to turn off the video to let it happen. And then bring your attention back into the sensation and now feel it without the words. Feel it without that picture. Bring attention right into the middle of it. If you need to knock or tap again, go ahead and do that. That just helps you feel into that area. If not, just rest. Feeling into that sensation. Exploring it. It's like a little universe in a way. There's sensation there, there are shapes, maybe pictures or words. Just notice all of that. And as each set of words disappear, bring your attention back to the sensation without the words. Or as each shape disappears, bring your attention back to the sensation and rest without words and pictures on it. Just let it be felt in the still quietness of the moment. Now as you feel into your whole body, notice how you experience a body. You really experience it through words, pictures, and sensations. Notice the difference between those things. Words are words that you hear, so just hear them and rest. Pictures or shapes are things that you see, just see them. That's all you have to do, and rest. And sensations are things that you feel. So let's bring your attention back into the sensation and see if you can feel that just for a moment without words and pictures again. Does it still feel solid? Does it feel dense or contracted? Just rest and notice it in the space. Notice the space around it. Let the sensation be exactly as it is. If it's contracted or dense, let it be that way. If it's light and soft, let it be that way. The key is to do nothing but be conscious of these energies. Does it feel so dense that you can't feel into it? A lot of times that's because there's a shape on it. It actually looks like your stomach. There's a shape there, a mental image, or some other picture or words. Just pull those up and look at them. Let them float. Be aware of them until they softly begin to disappear on their own. Being conscious of a picture is all that's needed. Being aware of it allows it to disappear naturally. And then come back and bring your attention to that same sensation without that shape on it. And you can tap again or knock if it's the chest. And whenever you're done with that, just bring attention, flood your attention back into that sensation. Again, we're not trying to change it or make it go away. You're trying to feel it. You want to feel it and rest. Notice if it feels dense, it's almost always because there are some words or pictures with it. Just ask yourself, what picture or words goes with this sensation? And then pull those words up and hear them by themselves. Pull the picture up and just let all of that float freely as you rest. Just let it be seen. Do nothing with it. You can even tap while you're listening to words, or knock while you're watching a picture or a shape. And all that does is sort of bring you back to the presence. And as you watch the words or pictures fade away, come back again to that sensation. But now without those words or pictures. Explore it again. Feel it from the inside out. And notice while you're doing all of this, that all of this is coming and going within a space that remains unchanged. So as a picture arises and falls, there's just this open, present space. As words come and then go, again, this open, present space. As a sensation arises and then falls, it does that within this open, present space. Always notice that when you're exploring your body this way. Now, here's how you employ this throughout the day. Again, you want to watch this video at least once a day, but don't let your looking stop then. Become aware of your inner body as often as possible throughout the day. Notice when you see shapes down there or colors, look at them and just let them be right there in awareness. Usually the power of looking at them alone allows them to soften or diminish. Or if you hear words about your body or how you feel, just hear it and let it relax into the space. The key is to bring attention into these sensations directly without the words and pictures more and more. And always remember that you can employ the knocking or the tapping on any part of the body that feels very dense. Wherever it is, just do that throughout the day whenever you feel that density. And whenever you're done tapping, just relax and explore again. And once again, just to repeat it, it's always important to notice how you experience things. Pictures can just be seen. Words can just be heard. Feelings can just be felt. So that's all that you have to do. In noticing that, the Velcro effect starts to come apart naturally. When you start to see that words are just words, pictures are just pictures, sensations are just sensations. That seeing alone, the more that you do it, starts to unravel some of these contracted body parts and areas. And the more that they unravel, there's an openness that happens. Literally, your body starts to feel open in different areas, and as it does, there's just simply less addiction. Because those contracted body parts are often right at the very root of the addiction. It's almost like they're screaming for a substance or activity sometimes. So make this body work really, really, really important in your overall recovery with natural rest.